Previously on Laker Girls.
I'm here to audition for the Laker Girls. I'm not sure what to expect.
Over 350 girls arrive with big dreams.
You really just have to give it your all.
More than half were cut in the opening round.
It was more intricate than what I thought it would be.
Those that remained were given a golden ticket.
I was like in shock that I even made the first cut. I was like, oh my gosh, I got a ticket.
They are moving on to round 2, where the pressure starts to mount. In the City of Angels, the desire to take center stage means everything.
This is the biggest day of my life. A little shaky, anxious,
just try to stay calm.
I flew out here because I want to be a Laker girl.
All I've got is one bag of luggage and hopes and dreams.
This is where dreams are made.
I have to fight for what it takes to be a Laker girl.
And hopes can be crushed.
I couldn't stop crying.
The fight to join a legendary sports franchise and don the purple and gold delivers both agony and elation.
I am expecting huge performance.
You get one shot to just go for it.
My heart's beating so fast.
Because making the team last year means nothing now.
There are hundreds of girls fighting for a spot that I'm fighting for.
You just don't want it taken away from you.
And every mistake puts you one step further from the prize.
I've never been more disappointed in myself.
I'm really thinking that at this point I could be cut.
Probably the worst feeling ever.
As some of the most beautiful and athletic dancers will have to perform like champions in order to wear this coveted and iconic uniform. Because in this town, the spotlight only shines on the very best.
Thank you for letting my dream come true.
Who will get the call?
We do have a spot to offer you, so...
And become one of the world-famous Laker Girls. Round 2. 151 girls are still standing. A precious pass in their hands. They are all smiles.
Yay! All right, ladies, put your hands together for each other. Thank you very much. Okay, so come on out. I'll tell you what you're doing. Make a single file line. Being a Laker girl, you take direction. Yeah. You will come on up, hand them your ticket. Everyone would now be a number for the rest of the day. Thank you, and congratulations for moving on, ladies. Thank you very much.
Jessie, Jessie.
As numbers 1 through 151 are handed out, there are 13 numbers left unaccounted for. Just outside, the Laker girls from last season have just arrived to claim them.
All right, let's do it.
Each year, any veteran wanting to return must reapply for their job. Although they get to bypass the first round, for the remainder of the tryouts, they are treated like everyone else.
Today, this time around, it's completely different. It's scarier, but it's also, I feel we all have each other too for support.
It's really exciting walking in as a veteran into the auditions, knowing that you know what to wear, you know how your makeup's supposed to look, you know how your hair's supposed to look, so the confidence is there. Until you walk into the door and you see hundreds of girls looking their best as well. It's a little nerve-wracking.
I remember I was sitting down in the corner in the back of the gym, and I remember just being in awe, like they're so beautiful.
Literally, all of the girls' faces go straight to where they are.
When I see the veterans at the audition, I'm just like, I wish that was me.
All those girls, as soon as you walk in, just looking at you, because they know that you're what they have to be. And you want to beat them too, and it's that crazy like girl tension. Like, it's not catty, it's just we're so competitive.
They may be competition, but for a moment, the rookies are starstruck.
Everyone is looking at them, seeing what they're wearing this year, praying that they aren't wearing the same thing as you.
Of course, they walk in looking so perfect. Their makeup and their hair, their outfits are great. And I can just tell, like, these girls, you know, they have it. There's a reason why they're Laker girls.
It's funny when the vets come in because you can tell the new dancers that have just made that first cut going across the floor. Then the vets arrive and it's like, uh-oh, game's on. You know, it's like everybody's energy sort of picks up a little bit.
With all eyes on them, the veterans look calm and confident, but they have the same uphill climb as any first-time rookie.
I'm still so nervous, maybe even more nervous than I was last year, knowing that potentially my job is on the line.
The veterans have to try out every year because it's a job evaluation too. We want dancers who are going to stay on their craft. We want people who stay in dance class and come back a better dancer versus letting it slide. So if they start out here and they audition again and their dance level's here, I'd rather take someone else who's on their craft and ready to go and quick learners. It's really no different than a job evaluation that we would have every year with our boss.
Hi, Nick. Hi, I'm Rachel.
One such veteran is Rachel. The first year she tried out, she didn't make the cut. But last year, she made the team. This time around, a new challenge, fighting to reclaim her spot.
I'm Rachel. I'm from Cottonwood, California, and I'm auditioning for a second season as a Los Angeles Laker girl. Cottonwood is a very rural town. I live in a house where I can look out the window and see cows and fields. So it's very comfy, very quaint, and a lot different from Los Angeles. Ever since I started dance, we realized I'm extremely limber. My dance teacher used to say that I should work in Cirque du Soleil or be a contortionist. But since then, I've strengthened my body. I don't want to stretch it out in all those weird positions, but it is kind of a weird skill I have. When I was 18, I grabbed my best friend and I said, we're driving on to Los Angeles and I'm going to audition to be a Laker girl. And my dad was furious. I had no idea what I was doing, but I'm so glad I did because I don't think I would have ever been able to make it the next year if I didn't throw myself into it like that.
Rachel wasn't originally one of those wow dancers, meaning in the front all the time and got in the judges' faces. She was more of a low-key type of dancer, and it was nice to see her kind of came out of her box a little bit more.
I'm really excited to finish up my last 2 years at school as a health science major. It is really challenging having the part-time job as a Laker girl and being a full-time student at the same time. And I feel really lucky that my part-time job is a little more exciting. I never imagined that coming from such a small town where I had to drive 10 minutes out of my town just to make it to a dance studio, that I would be able to make a team so world-renowned as the Laker girls and that I would be on a team that represents such a diverse and huge city as Los Angeles.
Coming up on Laker Girls. When the competition is this fierce,
The pressure is pretty big.
even a veteran can make a mistake.
I had a fumble in the choreography. My brain just went blank.
Dreams are on the line and in the hands of the judges.
She just didn't live up to it.
As Laker Girls continues. With everyone now a number, the playing field is officially level. A few final touches, and then it's time to take the floor for round 2.
Okay, here's Shannon. We'll get right into the dance combination. And again, congratulations, everyone. Thank you for making it to the next round. It's going to be a lot of fun to see your talent. Thank you.
Okay, we're gonna start facing the back.
Shannon's responsibilities at the Laker Girl auditions is to teach the choreography. She'll be on the mic. She'll be giving them the dance instruction. I've been using her the last 3 to 4 years, I believe. And we put together the dance combinations together. And then she is basically at the helm of teaching that day, but we do have assistants that help so they can spread out into the group of ladies who are learning it.
5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. Left arm, right arm, ball change, turn, back, up. I've known Lisa for many years now. I met her when I tried out for the Los Angeles Laker girls a ways back, and she's just been a good friend and mentor during that time and ever since. So I've known her for quite some time. 1, 2, look, front, look. Step on 5, slow pas de bourrée around yourself. 6, 7, 8 for a prep for a turn.
The first dance combination is jazz with a little bit of funk, but not really. Mostly jazz. I want to see their lines. I want to see how hard they hit things.
Okay, a little faster. Holding 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Go 1, 2. Look, look. Ball change. 6, 7, 8 counts. Walk 2.
As Shannon continues to teach, the girls do their best to keep up on the fast-paced choreography.
6, double turn, go. 1, 2, leap and down. Turn, drag, and 7, 8.
You have to pay attention to the choreographers and the helpers around so that you know every detail for the dance, and you just have to really take it all in, because when you perform it, you only get one shot, so you have to know it right then and there.
As I'm learning this first routine, I realize it's pretty tricky.
4, 5, 6, double turn, go. 1, 2, leap and down. Turn, drag, and 7, 8.
So we're going into the second round, and the choreography is a little bit harder, and the combination is a lot longer.
Run it back 3 and 4, right, left, right.
It was actually nerve-wracking because I get really flustered in times like that. At the beginning, I was like, I'm never gonna get this. But then after like 5 minutes had passed and we'd been going over it, then I felt like I was picking it up, and then I started to get more confident.
1, 2, run, right, left, right, step 5, 6 foot 7, look, look. There's a lot less girls now, so there's a little bit more room to see. We learn a jazz combination. It's pretty technical, and they teach it really, really fast. But it was really helpful that throughout the girls, they would have former Laker girls, dispersed between us, so we could watch them when we were turning around. Even if we couldn't see who was in the front, we could always see someone that knew the combination. So that did make it a lot easier, but they just taught it really fast. So you really have to put your thinking cap on and, really, really focus.
I do it all.
As the girls put the finishing touches on the new routine, those auditioning for the first time have the added pressure of dancing alongside the veterans.
You see who they are, so you can watch them throughout the competition. Clearly, they've done something right. So, to observe them and try to absorb as much as you can from their performance would definitely be advantageous.
I admire them, and I just want to go up to them and ask them every single question that, they could maybe answer for me that would help me out during the audition process.
Their makeup and their hair, their outfits are great. These girls, they have it. There's a reason why they're Laker girls.
Quarter horses and mules that'll pack something. I do it all.
One girl who caught the judge's eye last year is Carla. She picked up and moved from Atlanta when she made the 2012-2013 team. Now, she is hoping for a repeat performance.
My name is Carla, and I've been a Laker girl for 1 season. I started taking ballet classes at the age of 5. Ballet has played a big role for me. It's all that I ever did. I would go to the studio probably about 5 times a week. I just wanted to be a ballerina. I lost my mother in 2005 to cancer. It was definitely difficult to know that I would have to go on and experience a lot of things without her. She was giving, and she was always affectionate, and she worked hard so she could see my sister and I achieve whatever dreams that we had for ourselves. It's pretty awesome to think, you know, at 5 years old, this is what I was gearing up for, training for so hard. So I think my mother would definitely be proud, and just all the work and all the hours that she spent waiting at the studio or driving me to class and coming to see all the shows and stuff. I think she would think that her hard work paid off, and that's been amazing.
Carla and the rest of the dancers continue to prepare both mentally and physically for the start of round 2, including Natalie, who has never made it past this round.
There's still a lot of really talented girls. I can really see the talent out here. So I still feel like pressure's on, but I feel good. I feel like things are kind of coming into place, and I feel confident. This one's a little bit harder than the first one, so I'm worried about forgetting my moves maybe, but so I just have to concentrate on not forgetting any moves and keeping my stage presence big so they can remember who I am, and so I do a good job. I get in my head a lot of times, and round 2 last time I got stuck, so this time I'm hoping to just block out all those negative thoughts and just go in positive.
The thing that scares me the most about this audition process would honestly be messing up. I'm a quick learner, but, you know, the pressure, you never know what could happen.
As Laker Girls continues,
Okay, ladies, we are ready to go.
You have one shot to impress.
the pressure to perform can even rattle proven veterans.
158. I hate to do this to you. Can you guys bring 158 out?
I don't have any time to get ready. This is my shot.
With only 164 girls remaining, Lisa hands over the reins to the judges, and they take their spot at center court. They now have the task of whittling down the masses.
Okay, ladies, looks like we are ready to go. We have our judges. Yay! Here we go. I've been using my judging panel for many years. This core group of judges are in the dance industry. They have a background when it comes to dance. They are still active in the dance industry and or teaching, instructing. So I just need to give them direction. This is what I'm looking for, this, and this, and they will let the chips fall where they fall.
8 judges will now take over for the remainder of the tryouts. Each one will carefully evaluate every dancer as they perform. They will assign a number value to that dancer. Those tally sheets are then added up. The top numbers make it through to the next round.
What makes a good Laker girl? Well, an awesome dancer, first and foremost. But beyond being a great dancer, it has to be someone who brings something to the dancing, just that spark behind the eyes, an emotion, a joy, a happiness, excitement, a fire.
I think what makes a good Laker girl is actually a few things. It's not just one element. They have to have a great personality because you can't get out in front of thousands of people and be shy. You have to really love performing and love connecting with the crowd. Lisa really looks for girls that are down to earth and natural and just really, really nice young ladies. And then, of course, the talent level has to be there. The Laker girls are very talented, so they do have to have a number of years of dance experience, or if they don't have a number of years, they need to look like they have a number of years of dance experience. And the last, probably most important, is that they are at their personal best and physically fit.
The Perfect Laker Girl sort of encompasses a lot of qualities. It's obviously a dance gig, so we're looking for girls that are technically trained, strong dancers, but we're also looking for people that are really strong performers. This being sports entertainment, and the girls performing in the middle of Staples Center, they've got to read to the crowd, and they've got to light up the room.
Our first group. Let's have 55 in the back, 125 in the front, 155 in the back, 5 in the front, and 65 in the back.
So I got called to audition in the first group. And I am so nervous because I didn't get any time to stand on the side and listen to the music, go through it in my head a couple of times, maybe watch a couple of the groups go, take a drink of water. No, I was in the first group. I am freaking out. And I have to nail it. I have to. I need to set the expectation and show them that I can pick it up very quickly.
Working all the time, we be getting paper, money on our mind. We be getting paper, rolling around in that money, rolling around in that money, rolling around in that money. Vertebrae cracking a surgeon.
So I'm standing there, and Lisa's calling out the next group, and I hear my number, and I start running over, and I hear girls, telling me good luck, and people are saying my name, and it's like, this is it. This is my first chance to show the judges why I should be back on the team. I was so nervous because I knew one mistake was gonna be unacceptable. So I just wanted to go out there and do a flawless routine.
For the veterans, a perfect routine is within reach. But for some of the others, like Lizzie and Kelsey, the nerves are hard to overcome.
Waiting in that on deck is actually the scariest part. Just going over the choreography in my head, making sure I have it, and just, taking deep breaths, and I know I can do this is what I'm telling myself.
Before I go on to do it in front of the judges, I'm on the side doing it in my head, doing it full out. It came to a point where I did it so many times that I was like, maybe I should stop, because sometimes I feel like if I do it too many times, I'll mess up or something like that.
As I run up to the judges to do the first routine, I am very nervous. All I want to do is just get this choreography right, but I try to put all those thoughts aside and just have fun so that I can perform my best.
Kelsey is only one of 2 returning veterans looking for a 3rd year on the squad. But her polished technique didn't start out that way.
Hi, I'm Kelsey. I'm from Santa Clarita, and I've been a Laker girl for 2 seasons. I started dancing when I was 3, but I was very awkward, very long-limbed, very lanky. It was hard for me to control my movements. Even though I wasn't the best dancer, I had such a passion for it. I danced all the time. It's all I wanted to do. I kept working really hard. I took classes all of the time. I took different styles from different teachers. I danced on my own time with my friends out in the backyard. I was just always dancing because I loved it that much. I didn't really care that I looked awkward or wasn't very good, but I loved it so much, I stuck with it, and I eventually got better and better. After I didn't make the team the first time, I took 3 years off and I focused on my studies and got a degree in dance science from Cal State Long Beach. And then once I got my degree, I decided to audition again. While I was in college, I met one of my greatest dance inspirations. Her name is Susan McLean. She was a very, very passionate dancer. She carried that passion around with her all of the time. And having her in my life and her in the back of my head keeps the passion alive in my dancing while I dance. Susan taught me how to see beauty in everything, including myself. During college, I discovered Pilates while rehabbing a back injury. I never thought that I would be able to dance pain-free, and then once I found Pilates, I was hooked. Growing up as a dancer, I always had back pain. It was always a struggle, every performance, every competition, but the Pilates really helped out. All right, are you guys ready to get started? Let's go ahead and lie down. We're starting out with footwork. I decided that if I can dance pain-free, then I want to help other people do their activities that they may be passionate about pain-free as well. So I decided to become certified as a Pilates instructor and teach as many people as I can. Heels nice and even, pressing all the way out, extend, hold the next one in. So this just shows that if you're very passionate about something and you work hard enough, you can do it. Judges, you're good?
You had one shot to just go for it, and you just had to impress with that one chance.
Try to keep the smiles on and, lots of high energy, like what they expect from a Laker girl.
Just keeping my brain into things, not just letting my body do the movement, but thinking ahead to what's the next move so I don't get tripped up on the choreography.
When I'm in front of the judges and the music stops, there's a smile on my face, my eyes are open, and I'm looking at every single one of them, hopefully showing that I want it.
Okay, thank you.
Coming up on Laker Girls, stumbles by the vets prove costly.
I am so terrified that my number won't be called.
There were just girls that outshone her.
And later, the pressure becomes almost insurmountable
This is where I've made it in the past and got cut.
as the next round of cuts are just around the corner. For the returning vets, competing for their positions comes with a whole new set of challenges.
This audition is completely different than last year for me. I came in last year, not expecting anything, just having fun. And this year, walking in as a veteran, it's a lot more nerve-wracking. You know what you have to lose. We did this job for a whole year and got to live our dream.
That's why I want to come back. That's why I want to fight for my spot and keep my spot, keep my job for another season.
I just try to focus on what I'm here to do and try not to let everything else affect me because I want to make it today.
For the veterans that come in, it's a clean slate, so they do not get an advantage by any means just because they've been on 1 or 5 years. And many times, as a judge, we don't even really remember who the girl was the year before. So that's why it's really important that the returners come looking like returners and dancing like returners, because if not, they can get bumped out.
Turn it up, turn it up, hey. Watch me turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, hey. Gotta turn it up, turn it up.
If you're ready, then we're ready, everybody. Turn it up, hey. Watch me turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, hey. Gotta turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, hey. Watch me turn it up, turn it up, turn it up, hey. Gotta turn it up.
Small town girl Rachel is ready once again to command the big city spotlight.
Come on, shake that thing. All around the world, you gotta. You know you gotta. All around the world, you gotta shake it. Just shake it.
Check it out now. Come on. Work it out now. Go on. Check it out now. Come on. Let it out now. Go on. Check it out now. Come on. Work it out now. Go on. Check it out now. Come on. Let it out now. Go on.
Just shake it.
I had a fumble in the choreography. My brain just went blank for a second. I was so frustrated with myself. I instantly just went to Maggie and buried my face into just for a second, just so no one would see. You can't just let it all out. Like, you still have to stay composed.
It freaked me out because I think reality set in that you too could have that moment where you could possibly just go blank. That definitely was a wake-up call.
The hopefuls see an opening and come out swinging.
So happy with the end of my performance. I knew I nailed it and killed it and did the best I could.
Thank you, ladies. On deck, let's have 132, 101.
Before going up to dance, the girls' numbers are called and they are placed on deck. This is a time for preparations before their performance.
She calls the 5 numbers that are gonna perform right now, and then she calls 5 numbers that are gonna perform next, just so you know that you have, one group ahead of you before you go, so it's not completely like, you don't know when you're going.
121, 94, 138, 103, and 110. Please come on out. We have no 138. 158, I hate to do this to you. Can you guys bring 158 out?
Oh my gosh, this is happening right now. I ran out there, and all of a sudden I felt like all eyes were on me.
Thank you very much, ladies.
I've never been more disappointed in myself. I knew that I could have done better.
Oh, I felt so bad for her. She was not ready to run out. You never know what's going to happen. You have to be on your toes and be ready. She definitely got her feathers ruffled a little bit. I think that threw her off.
My heart stops when I see my teammates stumble through routine. It's like we're all there together, and we don't want any of us to mess up.
Returner or not, if the girls mess up, I know how I feel about it, but I don't know how the judges will judge them.
Next, it's a closed-door session for the judges.
135, I put yes.
And the girls are left to wait and wonder.
What we did is over now, and hopefully it was enough.
And later, who will stay and who will go?
So we have 118 going through.
Find out when Laker Girls continues.
$111, $131. $29, $73, $109, $159, and $19. Okay, so thank you. 5 to 10 minutes will be coming out. Thank you, ladies.
With the second round dances complete, the judges go behind closed doors to decide who will advance to round 3, while the girls are left waiting, hoping, and praying.
When we go into the judges' room, for the first time, we get to sort of talk it through, and we'll find out, how many girls got a majority of yeses from all the judges to move on to the next round.
There were just girls that outshone her.
When the judges go back to deliberate, we are all so nervous. We sit there, we talk about, oh, we did this, or I should have done that. Oh no, we can't go back and change it now.
She just didn't live up to it.
I did mess up the performance a little bit, and I was afraid that was going to cost me my spot. I just tried my best, and I tried not to think about it too much, and I kept going, and I didn't let that stop me.
So this is my blockage. This is where I've made it in the past and got cut. So I'm a little nervous that I'm not going to hear my number today, and that will be pretty disappointing. So I just really hope it happens this year. I am sitting against the wall, trying to keep myself busy, and I'm on checking my emails, doing whatever I can to just relax.
Waiting for the judges to come back out is probably the worst feeling ever. It's so nerve-wracking, but I knew I did good, so I was hoping my number was called.
So we have 118 going through. I think that's good. Good, yeah. Once the talliers bring me the numbers and I have the sheets of the ladies who are moving on to the next round, I'll say, anyone have any questions? Do you care? Do you want to know about a number, anyone? They'll either say, yeah, did, number 1 make it through, or did number 164 make it through? If they have any questions regarding that, I'll answer that.
She was in like the second to last group. She was on the far right. She's back and she looks so much better today. She's in her element and her hair is a little longer. She looks great.
I am extremely exhausted at this point, mentally and physically, but I have to fight for what it takes to be a Laker girl. This is why I'm here.
Of course, no one knows more about the fight to become a Laker girl than the Laker girls themselves.
I am so terrified that my number won't be called. I can't help but feel redness in my eyes and just water starting to flow out. I've never been more disappointed in myself. I knew that I could have done better.
For a returner, to forget material or to not be dancing sharp is really not good, because as a judge, we're sitting there thinking, wow, this is someone that's already been on for a season.
I knew there was no rooms for veterans to be there and stumble. There's no room for that.
I had that thought, like, no, I messed it up. I shouldn't be messing up as a veteran, and they're not gonna want me back.
It definitely makes your heart drop a little bit. You've gotten to know these girls over the last year, and it'd be really hard to not have someone back on the team.
A little bit we can mark it up for nerves, but again, if there's somebody else out there that's dancing stronger and sharper and cleaner, there's no guarantee that any spot is gonna be open.
We all sit in a circle, and we know that we're all numbers 152 to 164. We know that if she skips any number in between there, then somebody is going home. We don't want that to happen. So we're all sitting there, and we're just praying and hoping that we all get our number called.
When Laker Girls continues, will untimely stumbles cost some their dream? The excruciating wait for the moment of truth.
We're all sitting holding hands and our heads are down. You know when they call their number, you get like a hand squeeze.
Back inside the Lakers practice facility, the second round performance is in the books, and now it's time to find out who's advancing to round 3. And as the vets continue their ritual of holding hands, their fate as a group on the line, Lisa begins reading out the numbers.
So these ladies, please stay, and then I'll explain to you what's going to happen after this, okay? These ladies, again, please stay just in numerical order. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. When I'm reading off the numbers for the girls to stay, I just don't want to make a mistake. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. I don't feel super emotional about it. I just want to make sure that all the highlighted numbers that I get it right. 37, 39, 44. Surely don't want to upset anyone or not call a number and then that girl ends up leaving.
She had called my number right at the beginning, and I heard it, and I was freaking out. I was so excited. Then I was like, I need to focus. We're going into another round. So I was excited, but then I was like, I need to keep going and focus.
I'm so excited to have made it through. Like, so many emotions going through me right now. I have a little party in my head, but I don't want to show any sort of excitement because I know girls are getting cut, and I think that's rude.
I probably had a little bit of a smile on my face, but I try not to get too excited or show it because I don't want to distract anybody else. I know everyone's feeling the same way.
veterans, who have the last 13 numbers, must wait the longest to learn their fate.
We're all sitting, holding hands, and our heads are down.
127, 128, 129, 130.
It's funny because whoever you're next to, you know when they call their number, when you get like a hand squeeze.
144, 146, 147,
For me, when Lisa calls out the numbers, I have no other thoughts besides I'm just listening to numbers. And being at the end, number 160, it was quite a long wait.
157, 158, 159, 160, 161, 162.
When you hear your number, you feel every muscle in your body just instantly relax, and your brain just switches, and you're like, okay, next round, let's do it. Like, I got this.
After all of our numbers were called, you just look up and look at everybody, and you're like, is everybody good? Is everybody good? Like, we have to just look at everybody's faces and make sure we're all in the clear.
Knowing how I felt inside, I do not want to feel that ever again. From here on out, it's game time.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. And please come back to made it this far. I'd love to see you now. Okay? Thank you.
For 120 happy girls, their dreams live on.
Okay, everyone who I asked to stay, please meet me center court real quick, and I'll let you go.
I don't know how many I have of you, but it seems like a freaking lot right now. Congratulations on making it this far. It's really
On to round 3. Woo-hoo! Made it through the first cut, and it's like weight lifts off your shoulder. You made it to the second cut, a huge weight lifts off your shoulder again, and then it's here. Now you're in the third round. It's like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna be the outcome? And it just makes you nervous inside and just want it even more.
The competition is really stiff. I feel like they're having a hard time narrowing it down. I know the team only can be so big, so it's going to be a tough one.
Hi, thank you so much.
No, thank you for coming.
But for 44 girls, today, their dreams were cut short.
I'm glad I got to participate. The Lakers is the best team here.
I am so glad I got to dance next to all of the Laker girls. They're so beautiful. I look up to them, and I hope to be one of them one day.
compared to everyone else this technique. Okay. You're lacking a little bit. Okay. And especially learning the dance combination, we need to see it flow versus a little staccato, if you will. And it was a little choppy. Okay. So work on technique.
I didn't make it through to the third round, but I will definitely be back again next year.
I made it to round 2, but I got cut after the first dance. Tried my best, tried my hardest.
I gave it my all. I did the best that I could, but I wasn't what the judges were looking for this year.
Next year. Woo! I respect and understand their choice. It's really sad, and I even got a little teary-eyed right after, but to be a dancer, you have to have thick skin. You have to keep going, take the no, and make it a yes next year.
On the next episode of Laker Girls, the quick choreography pushes the girls to the edge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Gonna take it all. No one's stopping me.
I, for some reason, can't pick up choreography.
And more veteran mistakes.
Probably one of the worst feelings I've ever had in my life. I'm really thinking that at this point I could be cut.
Give the judges a lot to think about.
I have a maybe yes.
She's a great dancer.
The girls get their chance to open up as the goal gets one step closer.
With these numbers, please stay for the rest of the remainder of the day.
Tears will flow.
I'm bummed because I know that I would make a good team member.
And pure joy cannot be contained. There is no turning back now. Hundreds of girls started. Only 22 girls will make the cut. And you will witness every breathtaking step of the journey. Only on Laker Girls.